Hey everyone, Mars J8 here, bringing you a brand new episode of Monday Music Recap, where we recap the events from last week. Let's get started. There was a bunch of game trailers released this week, so you'll have to forgive me if you guys just are here for the music news. It'll be here, don't you worry. But let's jump right into it. Thanks primarily to the Game Awards and the PlayStation Experience 2016, there were a ton of games announced last week. One of the biggest titles that was revealed, and one that I am incredibly excited to see, is The Last of Us Part 2. Y'all don't even know how much I love that game. It shot up to my top 10 favorite games of all time list, like the moment I played it. And this is in comparison to the likes of Final Fantasy VII, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, and Pokemon Gold and Silver. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. I will leave the trailer and also the panel discussion, which features Neil Druckmann, Troy Baker, and Ashley Johnson, down below for you guys if you are interested in checking it out. On top of that, Naughty Dog also revealed gameplay for their new standalone game, Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, which features Chloe Fraser from Uncharted 2 as the main protagonist. They claim that this is going to be their biggest story expansion to date and will include all the hallmarks of the series, including cinematic storytelling, unique locations, dynamic combat, and intricate puzzles. Now, if you own the triple expansion pack or the Explorers pack for Uncharted 4, you will be getting this as download at launch as part of that bundle. But you only have until December 13th to pick it up. Other than that, there really isn't a whole lot of details announced yet for this, no pricings, no release date. But if you guys want to check out the gameplay trailer, it'll be down below in the description for you. Destiny Rise of Iron will be getting a new event called The Dawning, which starts on December 13th. With it, it brings Sparrow League Racing back, and it also brings a couple of new things to the table, including a new scoring system for strike missions called the Vanguard Elite Strike Scoring. They are also bringing in new weapons and gear. Hopefully it'll drop at a higher light level so I can finally get to 400, but, it probably won't. Anyways, if you guys are interested in checking out the trailer, it'll be down below. Hideo Kojima's latest title, Death Stranding, also got a new trailer, and, yeah, it's interesting. By interesting, I mean it's strange as fuck. Like, I had no idea what was actually going on in it, and I had no idea what any of it meant, but I kind of feel like that was the whole point. Also, knowing how Kojima likes to work, that there's probably a bunch of hidden details throughout the trailer for fans to find. But I'm interested in checking this game out. I want to see gameplay for it. I want to see where the story's going with it. It looks interesting. With that being said, I also have a little bit of a worry to it. I hope that this story isn't super complicated. Now, I know Metal Gear Solid 5 wasn't overly complicated, but there were certain aspects of it that I just didn't understand. And maybe that's because I didn't have the full backstory on the games. I hadn't played any of them before. But I really hope that that game isn't like that. If you guys are interested in checking out the trailer, it'll be down below for you. There were a bunch of other announcements and reveals, like we got a new gameplay trailer for Mass Effect Andromeda. Telltale actually announced two things. First is that they have a new series for Guardians of the Galaxy, and they're coming back with another series for The Walking Dead, called The Walking Dead: A New Frontier, which actually comes out on December 20th. Nintendo also showed off a new world premiere for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, both in trailer and in gameplay. This is one of those games that the more I see of it, the more excited I am to get my hands on it. I want this game. Alright, I won't go through all of the game announcements simply because that could fill an entire episode on its own, but I will leave the links for the playlist for both the Game Awards 2016 premieres and the PlayStation Experience 2016 trailers, where you guys can go and check out all of the titles that were announced. They'll all be in the links below. With that being said, I will leave you guys with this question. Are there any titles that you guys were really excited to see? And if so, leave a comment down below letting me know. One last thing before we jump into the music news, and that is Guardians of the Galaxy Vol.II dropped a new trailer, which I feel shows off the movie a lot better than the first one did. As always, it'll be down below if you guys want to check it out. Unsurprisingly, Of Mice and Men has been forced to cancel their Australian tour due to Austin Carlile's continued recovery from a hospital visit that lasted a month. I guess some people completely forgot about that and were giving him a hard time about it because he posted a pretty honest and straightforward message on Twitter about how he's basically never going to get better. Never going to be better, sorry. People seem to think that this is some kind of cold that'll just go away with time. No, it's a syndrome. It's a mutation in the genes. It's not going to go away. It's something you have to live with. And I think people forget about this. It irritates me when I see people say stuff like, well, then maybe they should replace him with, somebody else, stuff like that. He then proceeded to do something that makes me respect the dude. And that was, he did a Q&A on Twitter to raise awareness about Marfan syndrome. He talked about his very personal struggles with this syndrome. And I can't say this enough. Just hearing all the hells that this dude has been through and seeing that he still has his passion and love for going out on stage and performing and making new music, this dude has earned major respect. If you guys want to check out his posts on it, including the Q&A, Alternative Press has done a great job of gathering up all the posts, and I'll leave a link to their page down below for you guys to go check it out. Y'all remember that little thing that Falling in Reverse was doing like 2 weeks ago where they were pretending like their page got hacked or something? Well, it amounted to something. It's not an album announcement yet, but they have announced a massive tour with support from Motionless in White, Issues, Danger Kids, and Dead Girl Academy. Dates released. Breaking Benjamin has announced a new US tour. Dates released. Moose Blood has announced a new tour with support from Trophy Eyed, Boston Manor, and A Will Away. Dates released. This Wild Life has announced a new tour with support from Royal Teeth, Oyster Kids. Dates released. And Baby Metal have been announced as tour support for Guns N' Roses' upcoming Japanese tour. Personally, I think this lineup is pretty awesome. I know there's going to be a lot of metalheads that'll be like, but whatever. Any of the dates mentioned above, you can find them all down below. Let's get into some new music of the week as we have Simple Plan, Christmas Every Day, Carousel Kings, Here Now Forever, Water Parks Everywhere, that's a Michelle Branch cover, As It Is, No Way Out, Palisades, Through Hell, and for new music videos we have Machine Gun Kelly featuring Camila Cabello, Bad Things, The Somerset, The Night Is Young, Stick to Your Guns, Better Ashes Than Dust, Gone Is Gone, Dublin, Lower Than Atlantis, Had Enough, Simple Plan, Perfectly Perfect, State Champs, Losing Yourself, Light Up the Sky, Body Right, and the XX on hold. Be sure to check out any of those down below if you guys are interested. Thank you all for joining me for another episode of Monday Music Recap. We're nearing the last of the year, and I want to thank you guys for all the support that you've given me throughout this year. It's been an interesting one. We've definitely done a lot more than, we have before. It's been a very active year for this channel, and I'm very proud of that. So I want to thank you all for that, and I'll see you on the next one. Mars out. What the fuck are you?
Indeed.
What the fuck, Ignis? What the fuck are you doing?